Hello, my name is Christine and I run a vintage shop on Etsy. With fall right around the corner, I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about my favorite copper company, and they're called Gregorian Copper. I put together a collection here of various items that they make and wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what to look for to see that you have or that you've spotted some Gregorian out in the wild. So most of what we have here is just decorative items. They made some serveware and just essentially home decor. And there's three pretty distinct characteristics you can look for to determine whether you've got some Gregorian product on your hands. So one of the things that tends to be in almost everything they make, not everything, but most things, is this little ruffled edge that you can see on these three items. The mugs don't have it because that would be inappropriate, but many of the items do. And then the second thing that you can look for is this dimpling, which is very easy to see on the vase over here. There is some on this two-tiered tray. It's a little harder to see from this angle. And, you know, a slightly different pattern on this, but the dimpling is definitely a pretty signature part of their look, depending on the piece. And then the third thing that you would typically see, and it's evident in almost every one of these, some more than others, is this burnished finish that they've got. This one you can see it quite easily, but you can see it in the edges here and here, and it's basically where that you've got the darker areas inside the little dips and valleys, and then the lighter aspect of the finish on the smoother areas, like right here. So if you see these things, in my mind, they're pretty distinctive and they make it pretty clear whenever I spot it in a thrift store or an estate sale. It's pretty clear to me that, okay, this has got to be a Gregorian piece I'm looking at. Most of their items are marked. They'll have like a little etched script mark on the bottom, or some of the later pieces would have a sticker or label, which does get taken off and can, make it more difficult to verify what you're looking at. But I think right here you see very clear examples of what it should look like when you're hunting this stuff down. And the reason they're my favorite company is that hopefully you can see from the collection I put together, they're more visually elevated. They look more elegant, classier. Most copper tends to be very basic and functional and doesn't have a lot of style or design to it. And Gregorian is one of the few companies that I've seen where they actually took the time to add decorative elements and make it look, a little nicer, a little more attractive, something that you would be okay to have out and not use as a pot or a pan. So the Gregorian company was started by two brothers named Gregory, and they studied under a different company that was kind of a core business of the arts and crafts movement. And then at some point they decided to strike out on their own, either late 40s or early 50s, depending on, who you believe. And they continued operations all the way through the 1970s and arguably maybe a little bit into the 1980s. So most of the stuff that you're going to find is going to be pretty well mid-century era based. But my main reason for preferring it is just I think the finish that they put on these is very pretty. It makes the copper look more classy than most other items you're going to find. And perfect for fall, this color would fit right in and add that little pop of autumn to your house. So if you're interested, look for it in thrift stores. It shouldn't be that hard to find because it seems to be fairly plentiful. And good luck!